Hey, bub. This is Wolverine. You're watching Pro Teaches Noobs. This is OG Vegeta. Let's get the views to over 9,000! This is Ryuk. Watch, like, and subscribe, or die.
Hey guys, welcome to Lesson Up Pro Teacher Noob. Have with me, Brit.
Hello, hello.
And we are wrapping up Peter David's Captain Marvel. Now I will say this last arc is not a many happy returns where he knew it was going to end and that this final arc gets altered. This final arc, he knew he had one last issue, so he decided to tell this whole arc untainted and then just tack on the ending at the end. Just want to make that clear, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we finally get back to things feeling like they used to be. Before all of this.
Uh-huh.
We're finally going to get the vibe, starting with Moondragon and Marlo. Yay! Told you they'd be back.
Yes.
So, yep, let's start right up, shall we? You want a sign? Yeah. A sign of whether to go back to Rick Jones or stay with me? Yeah. Do you have any idea how foolish that sounds, Marlo? Oh, yeah. Look, Heather, our time together, I wouldn't trade it for anything. You showed me things in the world, in the galaxy, I couldn't begin to. Please don't. Whatever you say, it's going to sound like pity. I will not be pitied. I never pity you, too. I'm too busy envying you. Envying? How so? Because you're always so certain of everything. You've got your act together on a cosmic scale. Me, I could barely decide what to get on a pizza. Marlo, you're having a fairly serious discussion here. And we are having, is this really the time for television? Come on, Heather, it's ultimate passion. I have defeated countless harbingers of galactic destruction, yet I remain helpless before your favorite soap opera. I prefer the term daytime drama. And actually, it's, what the? Rick? What's Rick doing on Ultimate Passion? Change the channel. Christ, he's on all the channels, and he's singing. Oh, Marlo, I had to let you go. I had to be true to you, me and you. About me, oh my, that sweet guy. I think you found your sign. Look at that face on her. She is annoyed like, great.
Yeah.
By the way, this is Aaron Lepresti on artwork. So,
very recognizable. Mm-hmm.
Great ladies. Like, I see you in my bed, your lips so full, your head so red. I pitched it and reached out to you to pull you close to me. Then I recall you're gone. My hands grasp air. Can I go on? My hip life so full of music. Now it ceased to be. Oh, Marlo, I had to let you go. I had to be true to me and you. But when you left, you stayed behind. The girl who laughed in my mind. Oh. How was that, Cone? It's a keeper, Rick. This Marlo, she's the real deal, or make her up for the song? Real deal, Cone, and a done deal. But that's what sad romantic ballads are for. So how long till you have the whole thing ready? Give me a week to get all the tracks cleared up. You got it. Was the studio set up for you acceptable for you, Rick? State of the art, Marv, and then some. And Cone is a terrific producer. I think it's my best work ever. I knew you'd feel that way. I even knew you'd get in one take. That's why I did what I did. What exactly did you do? Before I came back and down here to the microverse, I arranged for Cone to broadcast it to Earth while you were recording it. Did it in real time too. Wasn't easy. You've no idea how many laws of physics I had to bend to. You did what? You should have never have done that without asking me. You would have said no. Done right. How did you broadcast it? And how did you broadcast it? Everywhere. Everywhere. What's that mean? Everywhere. Everywhere. Anyone could hear, see, or hear. At this very moment, all over the earth, they're sharing in the pure emotion your song is registering. Everyone, everywhere, no matter who they are, has at one time or another lost something precious to them. They can empathize with the honesty of your emotion. It may very well be your best work ever, Rick. The fact that all Earth is having the opportunity to share in it. It may well be the most overwhelming, joyous event of the century. Granted, the century's only a few years old, but still, stop enjoying that cursed American music! I'm gonna be sick. I don't see why, Rick. It's a hit and made you rich. Of course you don't see why, Marv. Huh? But, huh? I set up a website where the song can be downloaded in a non-replicatable format at $3 a pop. Anyone trying to file share just gets error messages. So everyone has to come to the source. It's already at 3 million hits with no signs of slowing. Fortunately, I use Titan software. Otherwise, it'd have long crashed. Rick? Wow. Wow, indeed. I suspect even Elvis would be impressed. He's an alien, you know. I'm not surprised. Wow. Okay, Rick, I've done enough to get your day off to a good start. Now let's head to my office and see what clients I have needing a freelance hero's help. Marv, you're not going to be thrilled about this. No one's here. Well, almost no one. Hey, Phyla, your brother's surprised no one's here. And why are you wasting time reading that? Wasting time? Richard, this is hilarious. Obviously far too sophisticated for your primitive Earth humor. I don't understand why Jen isn't surprised. What else did he expect? He's been the terror of the galaxy, going around doing whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted. He's what alien grown-ups scare their kids with when they act up. You know, be good or Captain Marvel's going to get you. But now the galaxy's being told, hey, no sweat, he's okay now. Before he can annihilate some of the toughest race in the galaxy, the Titan stepped in and helped him get his act together. So if you got problems to sort out, Captain Marvel's your man. Which, of course, they don't believe. Exactly. Which is why Genis really should cede the name of Captain Marvel to me. That way I can restore it to the glory it once had. If you're in it for the glory, Phyla, then in many respects, you're no better than Marv was. That's not what I was. You're twisting it, Richard. You don't know. What I know, Phyla, is that Marvel would never stand in the way of someone seeking redemption. I suppose not. What if Phyla's right? What if no matter what I do, I'm remembered only as a holy terror, a cosmic lunatic? It's like that speech in Julius Caesar, Marv. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often interred with their bones. You can argue with me, but you can't argue with Shakespeare. You scared the snot out of every sentient being within a bazillion light years. It's going to take time. In the beginning, only the most desperate, pathetic, wretched type of person is going to walk through that door. Hey, Rick. Long time no see. Marlo, but this is... I've come back, Rick. Took a while, but here I am. But what about Moondragon? What can I say? I am haste. That is so dated, it hurts. And for the worst reasons.
Mm.
You know what I mean by that, right? Anne Heche was the actress who was Ella's lover, and everything. And she's the one who died a couple of years ago in a car crash.
Really?
Yeah. She was the one who voiced Lois in Superman Doomsday. Yep. Marlo, oh baby, I missed you so. Rick, this is wrong. Violet, nobody asked you. Your lips, your skin, you're so cold. Yes, well, being dead a few hundred centuries will do that to you. Dead? Yes. Centuries? That's right, lover. And guess whose fault it is? Oof! Oh, this isn't happening. Ah, yes, Captain Marvel's successor, the energy sponge. I remember you. Remember me? From where? We've never met. Not yet. I seem to recall that if no one hits you with energy, then you're not much of a threat. Then you recall wrong. I stand corrected. One Captain Marvel down, one to go. My favorite one, the galaxy's savior, the galaxy's curse, the galaxy's fool, all depending on which story you believe, of course. Me, I don't have to believe any of them. See, I lived the story, and then I died it, and unlived it, and it's all his fault, his and yours, from failing to stop him when you could have. Whatever you are, you're not Marlo. But if you got such a mad on for Marv, why not tell him yourself? Cling! Ah, my hero. You ready to believe I'm not Marlo too, Captain? No, I know you are. What do you mean you know she is? Marlo would never become something so demented, so crazy, so insane. Rick, after everything I've been through, I'm amazed you'd roll anything to do with insanity out. She is Marlo, but she won't be for long. Oh, mercy my. Are you going to destroy me even more than you already have? No, the fact is that whatever energy you use to bring you here, your body or passes for your body can't contain them. As you can see. Yes, but you know what? Not unanticipated. But I can last long enough to make you feel a tenth of the pain I felt. Then that's good enough for me. Marv, do something. Don't worry, Rick. I can do more than defend myself again. About her, you moron! Do something about Marlo! Help her, I mean! I'd love to help her, Rick, but... Oh, by all means, help me, Captain. You've done such an exemplary job so far in that department. Marlo, enough! You're only speeding up the deterioration. Oh, I know why would we want that? I mean, it's not like we haven't dragged out my suffering long enough, right? Dove! Do you have any idea how humiliating it is to get punched into orbit? Do you? Viola, keep back. What? Saying thanks for the assist would kill you? Thanks. Now keep back. All right, Marlo. I'm going to learn what's happening to you one way or another. Sorry, sweet cheeks. But it's not going to. It's going to have to be the other. Oh, and Rick, loved your song. Rick, are you all right? Marlo! Rick not taking it well? You could say that. Rick, listen to me. Marlo, the woman you love, she's still on Earth, alive. I can sense her. Yes, this creature was Marlo, but she won't be that way for a very long time. Stop it! Stop it. Rick, you need to hear this. Marv, I get it. Time travel. Future self. This isn't my first time at the rodeo. I mean, stop it from happening. Rick, I don't know what it was. She came from far in the future. That much I could discern. How she lived so long, though, what transpired to make her that way, I have no clue. You saw, I tried to use my awareness to get a closer read, but before I could, but you had her for a few seconds. You must have seen something. Flashes, brief hints. You have to know it didn't happen all at once. There was a series of incidents over centuries. Marv, for the love of God, don't make me beg. I'm on it. So, how's that for a start?
Pretty good. Again, you get a little humor, you get a little bit of action and the emotional upheaval and a little bit of awkwardness. So
Doesn't this feel though like a return to form?
yes, it does. Yes, it definitely does.
This really felt like the old days.
Yes.
Yep. Earth, the 22nd century. Come on, sniff him out. I said he's not here. Nowhere around here. It's a dead end. Why don't I believe you? I don't, and why don't I care? The answer to my question is we know you were his son's lover. That gives your mind, it's Moondragon. That gives your mind an even stronger connection to him than a normal telepath. We know you can find him for us. Father and son will be together. That much is sure. Find him, and we will be most grateful. He's near, isn't he? Give him up. You know you will. What's happening? He's doing this to you, isn't he? Quickly, tell me where. No, actually, no, this might not be Moondragon. It's hard to say. Damnation. What did he? How? He did nothing. Nothing. She did it to herself. Destroyed in her own mind, right, rather than to betray him. Madness! They are all mad here, friend Skrull. At least that's why, and what's left of them are. We are likely very close to him. That's probably why she did it. Let's report back. And the woman? Leave her. She's of no further use to anyone. Oh no! This wasn't Moondragon. No, Larissa. Why didn't you just tell them? What difference would have been made at this point? Now, remember way back when we saw Marv having twins or having two kids?
Mm-hmm.
This is his son.
Really?
And there was the shirt. It looks like the Kree outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you just say he's 2 miles straight down, heavily protected by anti-scanner devices so your tech can't find him, but he's there. They both are. I wouldn't have cared. Really love her. It would have been okay. Larissa. Damn them all! Eli, what is it now, Dad? Larissa's death is lamentable, but the hysterics won't do anyone any good. Oh, that's appropriate then, isn't it? Because it's not like I do anyone any good either, right? Right? Don't beat yourself up so much. What else but myself, Dad? There's no one else left for me to do it to. I mean, I could try smacking you around a little, but I don't think that'd be a fair fight these days, do you? Well, do you, the great Captain Marvel, think that would be a fair fight? No, probably not. I'm sorry, son. Should have done better by you, by her, by all of them. But I don't take my failures onto you. I don't think I could stand that. 95% of the planet's population is dead thanks to that virus those freaking lizards introduced. The rest are enslaved, miserable, and I'm as helpless and as useless as I've ever been. So I really don't need to hear what you can and can't stand, okay? Dad, they found us. Have they? Okay, fine, bring it on. And I'm taking as many of you with me as I can. What the? Dad? What? Who is? Huh? I was wondering if and when you show up. Okay, just stay back until I get this figured out. Who are you? Name, rank, serial number, spell it. n00bs, Marvel, rank, captain. I don't eat cereal. And you are? Eli. This is interesting. I'm at least 2 centuries from my starting point. I was expecting to see you here somehow. How did you know my name? I'm cosmically aware. There isn't a great deal I don't know. I put my mind to it, but I try to be selective. If I might put my mind into it too much, I tend to lose it. After which come murders and threats and capricious acts of lunacy. Not a lot of fun, not a fun time. If you insist on pointing that, here, use it. Otherwise, put it away. Good lad. Who are you? He's me, son. Me and my feckless youth. Rick, you seen this? Yeah, and I gotta tell you, Marv, better you than me. I've seen enough future versions of myself to last me a future lifetime. Let me guess. Quantum phase shifters, designed to harness your own natural ability to move through dimensions so that you can time travel and stay in touch with Rick. Exactly. The joys of Titanian science. You're my father? Well, technically, yes. You see, yes. Goof! All right, I see technically no would have been the better answer. Here's the thing. At some point in my future, your past, actually, I'm going to marry the heroine called Songbird. We'll have 2 children. My daughter, Mimi, and you, Eli, named after my mother, Elysius. Your cosmic aware tell you that too? Actually, I dreamt it. It's complicated. Referencing that one issue.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And I'm not really interested in hearing it. Dad, are you here to help us? Actually, if I'm not mistaken, he's here about something else entirely. Eli, be so good as to bring them to see Marlo, would you? Lights? She's right in here. Well, go ahead. She won't bite. Is she alive? She's alive then. Oh, yes, very much. Ironic, isn't it? She was so young when the disease hit her. This was the only way to save her. Seemed cruel at the time. Who knew that because of it, she'd be one of the few humans not to succumb to the plague 150 years later. Ah, Marlo, baby, look what happened to you. Look what happened to me. I got a zit. Me. What am I, 14? This is just my luck, you know. Of all the Heather, what? What are you doing? What does it appear that I'm doing, Marlo? I'm leaving. You made your decision. You want Rick Jones back in your life. So it would be best if I departed. But look, Heather, you've come to mean so much to me, and I haven't spoken to Rick about any of this yet. What if he's not interested? Or, Marlo, I could be many things to you, but I will not be your emotional security blanket. Your fallback if events with Rick do not pan out. And I do not think you'd want me to be. No, of course not. Can we, still be friends? Always. Am I interrupting something? I can simply wait here if you wish. Wow, and I thought I was experimenting with alternate lifestyle. Genis, what happened to you? Wait, Genis? I'm not Genis. I'm Phyla, Genis' sister. He has a sister? Did you know that? Of course I knew that. Except, how did I know that? It seems I shouldn't. Is this like when the kid sister showed up on Buffy? Because if it is, I am so out of here. You're not going anywhere. Genis asked me to come here and keep an eye on you while he's gone. Gone? Gone where? And why do I need to be keeping an eye on? He's traveled to the future to save you. And Mio wants to make certain you don't die now. Where are you going? To stare at my zit. You two work it out and get back to me. You want to know how Earth ended, Father? All right, it started small. These things always do. What probably triggered it was when it seemed as if humans were going to colonize beyond our solar system. That intention apparently set off alarm bells in the Council of Aligned Worlds. They've been keeping us on priority watch for well over a century. After much debating, a final solution to the problem of humanity was instituted. Why waste major armaments? Why go big when small will do? Containers of a custom-made plague, so small that they slipped right past Earth's detectors, which naturally were designed to see much larger intrusions. Within a day or two, 9 out of every 10 humans on Earth was dead or dying. Those who remained, who had a fluke natural immunity to disease, they tried to mount a defense. That went about as well as you'd expect. Now, my dad, Earth's long-lived age protector, was off-world when this happened. Mr. Cosmic Awareness was caught napping. By the time he returned, there wasn't much of anything to return to. We fought back, but if you ask me, his heart just wasn't in it. And all I could do was watch from this hidden bunker. See, all I inherited from my dad was an incredibly long life. I get to stand around and watch everyone else I ever loved die. Mom, Mimi, they were the real heroes in the family. Dust now. Long ago, dust. Dad crawled back here, battered, beaten, and useless Eli hooked him up to this life support system. Sooner or later, the invaders will find this place and... Oops, hear that distant tune coming closer? Looks like sooner. I'll stop them. No, take it from me. You can't. But we can. The Negabands. Do it now. Marv, what is it? What's happening? This way. He's down this way. Where's my father? And where is he? Where's my father? What is going on? Freeze! You first. What did you do? I manipulate energy. Photonic light. In this case, ambient energy. I withdrew every scrap of heat around him. Release him instantly. Very well. Instant enough for you? But perhaps you want some of that heat energy back. Well then, was my compliment. Murderers, perpetrators of genocide. We were only protecting ourselves. The humans, they were like parasites. They would have destroyed us. Don't dare offer me excuses. Go back and tell your master. Tell them it's over. Tell them I'm coming for them. On second thought, forget it. I'll tell them myself. Now, to be fair, that is more his future self saying all this. I don't understand. What did you do to my father? Nothing. I'm him. In a general sense, yes, but in every sense. My molecular density is not like a normal being. Mostly because I share space with Rick Jones, who stews in the microverse when you're here. Yes, I know. But I still don't get it. It's not for you to get, Eli. It's for you to stay out of my way. If you must know, I will put it to you simply. In my youth, I possessed power, but not true full knowledge of how it could work. In the twilight of my life, I had knowledge, but not the pure power to back it up. Now, I have both. We transformed the molecule of our body into energy, and then back into matter once more, but not before combining our resources. Each of us, in our own way, had power that was nigh infinite. Together, infinity is a mere stepping stone to a greater purpose. Let's do it. Marv, I'm sorry to sound selfish, but if you get yourself killed fighting an entire army of aliens, then Marlo's a goner. Rick, she'll become that nightmare thing, that creature who attacked us and said she came from the future. Rick, listen carefully to what I'm saying. I know you're worried, but I have to shut off from you for now, or I won't be able to do what I need to do. Shut off! You can't shut off! You can ignore me, but you can't... Marv! Son of a witch! I am such a witch. Shuffling Heather off because my old feelings for Rick are stirring, but I don't know. Now I'm wondering whether it's genuine or just nostalgia. Oh, man. Hamlet was snap decision guy next to me. Nostalgia? Nostalgia for what? For when villains crawled out of the woodwork to use me against Rick? For when I didn't know when I woke up in the morning what planet I go to bed on that night? What kind of life is that? I certainly don't envy you. Like, hello, my dear. I'm the maggot, and you're about to become a very important person. So are you two together or what? I hardly think that's any of your business, Phyla. You said your name is? Yes, although I prefer Captain Marvel. If only my fool brother were willing to cede the title to me. Marlo! What? Moon of Mars! No, wait! Ah! Phyla, you fool! That was rash. For all you knew, that doing that could have killed Marlo. Please, I'm drowning in your gratitude. The next time my brother toddles off to the future, he can have someone else watch out for his friends. Watch out, oh, by the way, just to make clear, just realize when we're done with this, there's actually one more thing we're going to have to record next week. And that's the Captain Marvel Genis-Vell miniseries that Peter David did.
Really? Cool.
We got to cover that next. This just dawned on me.
Cool.
Yep. Probe Squad has, in 18 has not reported back, which would indicate that the renegade Kree Captain Marvel is nearby. All this trouble for a half-breed? The half-breed killed 100 of my brethren when he fought to save this world. We owe him. The debt is paid. He was left in no condition to pose further threat. This is a waste of time, if you ask me. I don't believe anyone did. That was Kurt. I thought you and she were. We were, and you were. We were. Past tense. And Ice Queen. Say no more. I heard that. And it appears our tracker has made contact. Where is he, dog? Bring us to Captain Marvel. Leave or die. Everyone stay calm. It's some sort of trick. Trick? Silly mortals. Tricks are for kids! Tricks are for kids.
That is funny.
Too tempting not to do it, right?
Right.
Yep. He's simply an easier target, that's all. She's right. More of him to aim at. Fire! We will triumph. How? You lie. Right? Or you suffer from self-delusion. Or both. He's a monster! Monster? You're the monsters here. Destroying the population of this world? Claiming you were doing so in the spirit of self-preservation? We were. The humans presented a long-term threat. So you invented a disease and administered the cure. Manchurian syndrome, named for a famous teller of tall tales. Tales do not become taller than this, eh? For all those who died at your hand, you will die at my feet. All your troops, all your forces. This is your last day on Earth. I just wanted to let you know, I have always loved you. If I'm to die with anyone, do shut up. You and your endless prattling about. Boom. You have nothing to fear from me. Let all your brethren know. Their day of liberation is at hand. Tell them to believe in me. And as their belief grows, so do I, united with the faith of Earth's remaining population. There's nothing we cannot do, no enemy we cannot repel. The few attackers who survive, return to your home, tail between your legs, and tell your masters, the Earth is not theirs. It is mine to protect and to serve. If they even think of attacking me, I shall reach across the void and crush their homeworld as easily as I destroyed their armada. For all your weapons, nothing can stand against the pure power of human imagination. Now go! Go and never return. Captain, who are you talking to? It's done. War is over. Wait, what did you say? I said the war is over, Eli. But you didn't do anything. You just stood there and, I don't know, squinted. Energy is energy, Eli. Cosmic, radiant, nuclear, or in this case, electrical. What, did you electrocute them or something? Not exactly. I manipulated the electrical synapses of their brain, convinced them that I'd annihilated them. And why didn't you do that earlier? I told you, as a young man, I lacked the pure experience. As an old man, I lacked the raw power and strength. Combined, I could not be stopped. Right. You're skeptical. Do you blame me? Come now, Eli. Everyone knows that if you repeat a lie enough times with enough conviction, the lie becomes the truth. Governments have been run that way. Wars have been fought that way. And this war was won that way. Behold, oh my God, I convinced them they were dead, and so they died. And now I can pursue them, destroy them down to the last squalling brat and their allies. Captain, Father, all their allies, and any who might have allied with them. I'll finish the work I should have done centuries ago. I knew this would happen, and I let it, but no more. Now no, wait. So much to do, yet so much. No, don't make me go. Don't. No! Marv, what happened? Are you okay? I'm excellent, Maurice. Let's start with the wine list, shall we? Oops. So you had to, what? Expel the older version of yourself once the job was done? Yes, it wasn't easy. He had 200 years worth of rage in him. 2 centuries of seeing loved ones die, of failures which he felt outweighed triumph. He had to dissipate his energy. Must have been tempting to keep it. if you could beat the bad guys just by thinking hard, Rick, you of all people should know. That way lies madness. I guess. Okay, so you had these visions of different moments along the timeline, and that the future Marlo came from. She's on ice in this one. So maybe we better get moving? Yes, I'd say so. You're leaving? Yes, immediately. A few delegates of the remains of humanity want to say something, I believe. We lost faith in you, Captain Marvel. We thought you had let us down. Please note that will never happen again. In this very spot, we will erect a statue testifying to future generations of your greatness. We will teach the greatness that is you to our children and their children's children. Well, that's just spiffy. If you wouldn't mind standing back. Thank you, Eli. Keep an eye on Marlo. Don't let anything happen to her. You can trust me. I hope so. Okay, let's take a look around and... Oh, dear. Well, this can't be good. So, the story goes that Captain Marvel became so powerful that the great creatures and heroes who lived back then were terrified of him. To prevent him from using his power against us, he was chained to a rock and carrion eaters pecked at his guts. But they kept growing back, and so the birds kept eating. And every so often, he struggled against his chains. And that's where earthquakes come from. At least, that's what they say. If you believe in the old stories. Like, and you know better than that? Of course they do. I mean, come on. The things they say, and there were giants in those days. I've heard that. Yes, green giants there were, and men who could also be as huge as gargantuan or tiny as ants, whichever they wished. Ha ha ha! You're a howler, fella, a real howler. So I'm told. So there was never any Captain Marvel. Is that what you're saying? When he supposedly rid the world of alien invaders centuries ago, he actually didn't. Of course not. We Earthers turned them back. Earth for Earthers. Earth for Earthers. Earth for Earthers. Earth for Earthers. But what about the statue? The one they built of him. They wouldn't build a statue in tribute to someone who was fictional, would they? Like, what are you, nuts? They build statues to ancient gods all the time. You don't see Zeus or Thor or any of them walking around. Not lately, no. Of course they built a statue to him, or whatever guy served at the basis for his legend, like King Arthur. But that statue shows just how dangerous it is to put too much faith into stories, See, the Earth had its share of ups and downs. Every time we start to build ourselves up, it all comes tumbling down somehow. And the Marvites, they kept expecting him to step in during evil time. And when he didn't, of course, they took it out on him in his absence. Can't really blame him, of course. He was always their god. And they always kept coming back to the same question. What kind of benevolent God would let so much evil happen in the world? None, which means he isn't benevolent, or just doesn't care, or he never existed in the first place. Pick your poison! But you said that there's still a Marvite church out by the place called Old Guard, yeah? You sure you can find it? Oh, I'm very resourceful. What did you say your name was again? Genis. Did you say Genesis? Like that fairy story about how a god waved his hand and made the universe? Right, just like that. Gotta love those fairy tales. We're wasting time. Just trying to get the lay of the land, Rick. Get your head in the game, Marv. She's gone. Marlo's gone. I know. We went back to her, to that tube, whatever it was, and she was gone. I said, I know. We were supposed to head off her being taken. You, Mr. Cosmic Awareness, missed your freaking clue. Rick, have I ever given you reason to doubt me? Dozens of times. Then what's one more? Marv! Rick, you think I'm happy about this? How many times do I have to say it? If I'm not extremely judicious in using cosmic awareness, then very quickly that way lies madness. Do you want to head down that path again? Do you? No, me neither. Now let me do my job and just be grateful that my sister Phyla is keeping Marlo safe back in the 21st century. What do you mean I'm not safe in here? This is my place. Why should I have to leave? Because I'm telling you to. Will you stop packing my stuff? Say, please. Please stop packing my stuff. No. You said your brother sent you here to protect me. You can't do it here? I can, but I can do it better back home with the full power of titanium science at my disposal. This is crazy and unfair. So it's the universe we live in. If you want to complain to the manufacturer, I can arrange that. Have her say something. Do what Phyla says. Really? Marlo, you were attacked by the Magus, a deeply evil and powerful sorcerer. His apartment isn't equipped with so much as a decent cable hookup, much less the defenses they needed to block another assault. You got off lucky, but your luck may not hold out. Go. What about you? What if he attacks you again? I welcome the attempt. And is that a runaway? Yes, Rick. We're at the old a runway. We're at the old car. The old, my lord, LaGuardia. It's LaGuardia Airport. Yes, and I think you may have, and we may have arrived at a preposterous moment. And rakers, leave this place. All who need help are welcome. But such actions as yours, Earth for Earthers, freak! Huh? No, it's not possible. Hello, Eli. It's still just immortal. Or have you managed to acquire any other talents? No. Then again, I wouldn't tell you if I had. You can't keep doing this, Father. You can't just keep showing up every few hundred years. You just can't. And yet I do. It's not right. You turn up, save people, and just disappear for centuries. You give them hope for a better life. That doesn't materialize. No one knows what to believe in anymore. They're giving up, and it's all your. Don't you dare dump the success or failure of humanity at my feet. You have no clue what it took for me to stop being a god. So you don't get to turn around and blame me because I wouldn't take up the mantle of deity once more. And frankly, you should consider yourself lucky. If I had returned to the god business, I assured you, no swift sword would have been as terrible as mine, nor any lightning as faithful when loose. Understand? Actually, no. I have no clue what you're talking about. Hell, don't help. It's up to you. But make up your damn mind. That's him. The Marv. Wondrous. He's beautiful. Thought he'd be taller. Yes, it's him. I need to speak with him privately. We never gave up hope when all others did. We knew. Never believed you didn't exist. And never believed you didn't exist. That's very kind of you. Can you save us? From what? From the world? Yes. But it would involve killing you. Do you want me to do that? To kill you? No? Good. I think that actually works out better for all concerned. Thank you, Marv. Don't mention it. So this continues to be about Marlo, is it? Billions of lives that could be improved, and you obsess about a single one. The first thing I did after arriving in this time was return to the underground facility where Marlo's been. She was gone. I haven't been there in decades, Captain. She was there when I left. If she disappeared, it's not my concern. You left her. Yes, you, the great humanitarian. I'm no great humanitarian, Captain. Just someone trying to give people something to live for. God knows why. You're doing it in my name while condemning me to my face for being not good enough. You know what, Eli? I'm sorry you got such a bad break. And everyone else in your family had incredible powers and you got stuck with poor, pitiful immortality. That you give as much emphasis to placing blame as you do to helping people. You know what else? I think you're being less than candid about Marlo. I think you know where she is. What are you doing? Learning what you know. Huh? Oh, I know this for starters. I know how to block your cosmic awareness, to drive it back into your source. You, later in your own existence, taught me how, as a show of faith. As abilities go, it's so limited as to be almost useless. The only person I can really use it against is you. But hey, I'm making it count. You want to blast me to atoms? Go photonic. Be my guest. I can't stop you. Show me how tough you are. I don't want to hurt you. I don't care what you want, and I don't care what happened to Marlo. Now, are we done here? Yes, I think we are. Shazam! Swazam! 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 Because again, referencing Shazam.
Shazam, right.
But you and I aren't. Rick Jones, right? My father spoke of you often in his later days. Want to know how you died? Of boredom, probably. Listening to guys like you spouting off. Like me, Rick. I'm not the bad guy here. I'm thinking you are. I'm thinking you not only know where Marlo is, but you're tied into it. And why would you think that? Years of trusting my hunches. Well then, we have a problem here. How do you propose we solve it? Gut instinct. More hunches, you mean? No. Golf! I mean, I go with my instinct to hit you in the gut. Where's Marlo? I don't know. Ah! Kill you. I'll kill you. Not only have better than you tried it, but they've succeeded. And I'm still here kicking the crap out of you. So what does that tell you? Tells me your luck's run out. Ah! Wrong on so many levels. Thanks for doing that, though, because now I get to stop taking it easy on you. All right, maggots. You've come here seeking a nervous, frightened Earth girl. But it shall be a daughter of Titan you encounter. I shall be ready for whatever assault you may launch. I shall not back down. I shall heed the call to ring. Hello? Is Marlo there? And at the moment, good, good. Yes, you're who I really wanted. Not possible! Yes, it is. And I'll tell you how. Because you can imagine such a thing. I can turn fantasies into realities. That's my gift now. Then I'm returning your gift with interest. Show yourself, Megan. These childish games do not suit one who fancies himself so formidable an opponent. All right. You get your wish. I showed myself. You win. You win. Okay? You win. You're right. Marlo only left her crypt a few days ago. You hear that, Marv? A few days ago. We can go back in time and go back in time, be there. No, Rick, we can't. Why not? Because the universe is held together with thick and bawling wire as it is, Rick. You know that. We can't risk undoing what's already happened. We can only deal with the aftermath. If we start doubling back, we could bring time itself crashing down. You're saying we only get one pass at this, and if we overshoot key moments, too bad? I warned you I couldn't be precise. You didn't warn me, you'd be freaking useless. Okay, fine. Show me where she is. All right. Ah! Cling, cling. Told you I wouldn't tell you if I acquired new abilities. But I guess that secret's out now, isn't it? Now we're getting a different artist now for the last 2 issues of this arc.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, and now we're even further in the future. Marlo. Marlo. Where? Marlo. Looking for Where are we again? Hyperion. This is Saturn, the Saturn moon, where my brother has his office. It was here that the futuristic version of you first showed up, attacking Genis before crumbling into dust and setting this entire series of events into motion. Attacked? Crumbled? Yes. Into dust? Yes. You know, it would have been fine with me if you simply stopped after you said Hyperion. Did you have to tell me the gory details of? Yes, I did. 2 people are risking their lives and the space-time continuum to save you. The least you can do is cope with the reality of the situation. Moons of Mars, grow up a bit. Why don't you? You don't have to be so rude. Fine, don't grow up. That was rude too. There's no pleasing you, is there? What's this place? The main monitor room. No matter what means he uses, if the Megas approaches, we'll know it. We can command defenses from here as well. Uh-oh. What's uh-oh? According to this, the Megas is on Earth. Earth, do you think he attacked your apartment? Possibly, but Heather was ready for him. She could handle him, right? Apparently not. Heather! Oh, my lord! Oh, my lord! Oh, my lord! Oh, is that a warning, you freak? Coming for me next? Bring it! I'll kill you! You're dead, you hear me? Dead! Dead! Marlo, dead! Dead. Marv, Marlo, both of us, dead. You're not dead, Rick. Neither am I. Not dead. No. Marv? Yes, Rick. I'm not dead! No, Rick. And you're not dead! Your observational facility remains undiminished, I see. Where are you? The microverse, Rick. Where else would I be? What happened? Where am I? Eli apparently channeled the power of the negabands and activated the time jump function, flinging you further into the future, but keeping the band for himself. How did he? The kind of power that would take? He said he had no power. Other than immortality and blocking your cosmic awareness, he said he had no powers. Apparently he lied, Rick. Bad guys do that. Are you awake? Guts, what planet is this? The whole name for it is Earth. You look very much like the old illustrations we've seen of the former residents. Are you one? We thought you were all gone. I guess we are. Who are you guys? I am Monzo of Wisconsin, and this world was once mostly water. So you likely require that in large amounts, yes? Yeah, but I'm Rick, by the way. Pleased to meet you. And so this is Earth. Well, I suppose it beats finding out by stumbling over the remains of the Statue of Liberty. What are you guys doing here? We and several other races are colonizing this world. Over a period of many years, we helped to restore it to its original condition. Terraforming, we called it. Taking a planet and trying to make it more like Earth, which is what you're trying to do with Earth. So I guess it's pretty much full circle. Ask him if he remembers me. You? Any of us. I'm curious to know if anything lasted, if anything mattered. I'm just wondering, do you have any historical data, any knowledge of ancient humans? We have the great writings of the victor. From them flows our knowledge of humans. I can show you, if you wish. They are in the underground vaults. Come! Where and what are these great writings? And the victor over what? A war? Of a sort. The great writings simply came to us one day, just appeared. Without them, we know nothing of human history. The writings tell us of great battles and deeds, an age of heroes. Ask, I'm on it. Is someone named Captain Marvel in there anyway? Why, yes, a minor villain mentioned in some footnotes. How'd you know of such an obscure individual? I'm a trivia nut. Obscure? Obscure? Once I was a drunken thought, then a naive hero, then a mad god of terror, and I end up a minor villain of a footnote. Only accomplice that I had lasting meaning. Might as well have never crawled out of the bottle. What bothers you more? That posterity called you a villain, or that you're a minor? You know, I'm not really sure. Are you addressing me? I'm just thinking out loud. So it just appeared, you said? In a burst of blinding light, it simply materialized. The writings, along with a recording. Recording? When you draw close enough, it activates the recording of the victor, speaking his words out loud. Did you not wonder how we learned your language? The writings of the victor taught us with its combination of words and images. If not for the victor's triumph over the enemies of humanity and the recordings of it, I get it, Manzo, I get it. But who is he victorious over? It's what I'm... Greetings, men of the future. Ah, you gotta be kidding me! I am Victor Von Doom. Of course! Of course, Victor Doom would get the last laugh.
Wow.
The savior of all humanity. For many years did I struggle against the forces of weakness that sought to drag down the people of this world. The forces that would allow the world to be splintered into hundreds of warring factions, fighting over pointless disputes that went back centuries, that would permit entire centuries to be filled with starvation, civil war, unrest, chaotic, unstable, terror-filled existence, and yet refused to see the true order that I, Victor Von Doom, could bring to the world. I, who could unite humanity with one purpose under one vision. I had my triumphs and my setbacks. I shall give you my history and the true history of the world, so future generations can know and appreciate my greatness. No, I was certain this time it would have worked. The star and life energy of 5 systems I drew into the Negaband, and still they were insufficient to release you. What's it going to take, Magus? The destruction of the entire galaxy to free you from prison? Be good cheer, Eli. If it should, well, there are plenty of other galaxies out there. How did it go? It didn't. The Magus remains trapped as he has been for centuries. Not surprising. He won the Nullifier War and acquiring the ability to destroy anything at will. It took the combined effort of the Silver Surfer, Adam Warlock, Doctor Strange, and Captain Marvel to trap him in the Betweeks. An effort like that isn't easily overcome. But they're long gone. Still haven't cracked between the Betwixts. You will, baby. You will. You know, if it weren't for you, Marlo, I swear I've lost my mind centuries ago. I know. Honey, are you using the Negabands now? Huh? What? They're glowing blue. Do you know what that means when they're glowing blue? Arcs are nearby? Would that were the case, it means your long-gone husband has returned and is on his way. Rick, but I thought you blasted him into nothing centuries ago. I thought I had. It was my first experience with manipulating the energy of the Negaband. Plus, Captain Marvel remains molecularly bonded with Shows, and even when he's trapped in the microverse, he can still affect the band's energies, albeit to a limited degree. Honey, pretend I don't have a master's in pseudophysics and break it down for me, okay? An attempt to destroy him instead resulted in him continuing the time journey Captain Marvel began. But you know what? Fine, bring him on. Doc Doom having the last word. Jeez, I do not understand. It's like in the old days. There'd be debates on whether, knowing all the evil things he'd do, you would smother the infant Adolf in his crib while he was helpless. Well, Doom was like that, except the debate would be over whether you shoot at his mom before he was even conceived. Hitler, yes, the victor despised him. Hitler killed Victor's people, the gypsies. He wasn't as great a villain as the infamous Reed Richards, of course, but Christ, well, I guess it's nice to know that Hitler comes out sucking eggs no matter who's telling the story. I guess history isn't the truth. It's just what someone with self-interest wants you to believe. Very profound, Rick, but we have other problems right now. Haven't you been wondering about Marlo? What's the wonder? We failed. We blew it. Marlo's body was taken centuries back. God only knows what happened to it. And we're stuck on Earth turned Tatooine with no band, no way of switching out, and no means of getting home. I can bring you to the negabands, Rick. Huh? But how? All our molecules are shared, Rick, and that includes the bands. With my own band, plus a judicious application of cosmic awareness, I can sense where they are, guide you there. If you tell me if you're about to tell me they're on Kree or something, no, they're here. But they're many days' journey due west. You are conversing with yourself again. Did you know that? Due west of here. Anything there I should know about? We never travel to the west, Rick. You do not want to go there. What? Is it like a forbidden zone or something? Like that, yes. A place of disaster that resonates to this day. Man, this gets more Planet of the Apes by the minute. I was probably right the first time. Lady Liberty, here I come. I don't understand. You don't have to. Just, can you lend me one of those creatures you write? A Madoon? Right, one of those, if you wish. But Rick, understand, if you ride into the Forbidden Zone, you likely will not return. Dude, that's what I'm counting on. Man, could I look any more Lawrence of Arabia? I do not know. Hey, Manzo, remember when I was asking about Victor mentioning Captain Marvel? Well, I was wondering, did he mention our Rick Jones? No. Are you sure? Yes, because it's a long book. I've read it 37 times. Oh, so you've pretty much memorized it. Yes. So on the one hand, he doesn't lie about me in his book. On the other, I wasn't important enough to be mentioned. That rat. He was a villain, Rick. What does it matter what he says or didn't say? Because in the end, Marv, what he said was all that mattered. You can't believe that, Rick. What of the good we do? It's like the man wrote, Marv. The good is oft inferred with our bows. No one remembers, no one cares, except doom. The evil that men doom living after us. Tell me, Rick, if a tree falls in the forest with no one around, does it make a sound? That old chestnut. Since you're asking, yes, it does. A big honking crash. I never did understand that question. Well, then, don't our accomplishments make noises, even if none remain who heard them? Sue me, Marv. I've just always had this fantasy that what, Rick? That they sing songs about us, tell stories about us, that we last, that we matter. In the end, Rick, we matter to us. That's what's important. Now, don't get yourself so worked up. We'll be there tomorrow, and we'll have to be ready for anything. Marv? Yes, Rick? Remember I told you I had to be ready for anything? I remember, yes? Yeah, well, how you, works in theory. The Titanic!
Oh.
Not expecting that, right?
No.
Here's the conclusion of this arc, and let me tell you, it's a whopper.
Okay. Let's see.
Nasty. Now, remember how at the end of the last one we saw that Moondragon was with him? We're about to get that answered.
Okay.
Very, very likely fatal could go to Heather Douglas as the high and mighty Moondragon, neither high nor mighty now. So easy to be proud in living life, but when facing its end, pride does not goes before your fall. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can save yourself. All you need to do is admit you're afraid of dying. That's it. Just that simple. Admit you're no better, no greater than anyone else when it comes to the final moment. That for all that talk of heroic death, in the final moments, we are all alone, and it is terrifying. Admit you're afraid. Admit you've things to live for that you don't want to live behind. Admit you want me to save you. Just say it. Yes. Now you're mine. Have a nice life. I shall see you anon. Oh, what? Fred, I expected as much. Your vanity undoes you as always, Magus. You were fooled by my semblance of fear, as I knew you would be. Why, I initiated your trickery before you even launched it. A goddess of Titan fears nothing, least of all. And that's what that little bit that led to it.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
Well, that was.
Makes sense, though, right?
Yeah.
That little inkling is all he needed to eventually take over.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing, isn't it? You've always thought its eventual exposure to the air would crumble to it. But no, behold, the ships of dream. You and I have been working to restore it. Everyone needs a happy. It'll be a nice memorial. To what? to the concept that God's mighty ocean might dry up, but the titanic folly of mankind against all odds remain. Marlo, get away from him. Whatever he's done to you will undo it. You really don't get it, do you, Jones? You have nothing to say in any of this. I've spent centuries learning from the Magus, exploring my capabilities. Think of me as the classic overachiever. And now, if you'll excuse me, it's Father's Day. Here, Father, a present to you. Don't worry about me. I have another pair. You may remember them. I took them off of your dead sister's body. Well, nothing to say? No quips? No cosmic comments? Any famous last words? I'm sorry I wasn't there for you, Eli, but that's hardly an excuse to try and destroy a galaxy. You've left a vacuum in my immortal life, Father. Nature abhors a vacuum. It's too late to complain about what nature chose to fill the vacuum with. The entirety of my existence, all the destruction I've caused, the worthless lives I've snuffed out, it's all built to this moment. This battle, it will be monumental. Billions upon billions of lives will hang in the balance. Did I say battle? No, it'll be far more than that. For instance, every culture on a planet had tales of a great flood. Our encounter will have the same impact, but not just local to Earth. Oh, no. It will cause a cut across the hearts and minds of every sentient being on every world in our galaxy. In the telling, our names will change. The details will vary, but none will ever forget the battle itself. We will be more immortal, you and I. We will be all life itself. Marv, could you please do your superpowered cosmic thing and put this maniac down once and for all? Marv, this is, where you go, where the big fight goes down. So anytime you want to get in gear, why do you hesitate, Father? Afraid you'll be the loser of this great combat to remember it in the annals of history, recorded and unrecorded? No, because there's not going to be a fight. No fight? No fight! You're afraid! Do you hear that, Magus? The Cosmic Defender is afraid! Not especially. It's simple that I haven't lost sight of what this quest was. To save Marlo. As it turns out, her destiny is linked with the fate of the galaxy as well. So now, I know what to do. Oh, do you now? Captain, it is truly staggering the lengths and breadths of all that you, even with your supposed cosmic awareness, do not know. Come to me, Marlo. On my way. You see, there's one further aspect of this impending brawl that Eli did not make clear to you. The energy unleashed during the battle will be sufficient to release me from my prison far sooner than anticipated. We will bring destruction raining down upon the entirety of the galaxy, reshaping it into my own image. And your beloved son, Eli, and Rick Jones' beloved wife, Marlo, they will be my masterpiece. Will you not? Wouldn't miss it. You see, Captain? See the care and attention a true paternal figure can provide? Grozik, and I thought entropy had unresolved father issues. Eli, I repeat, we're not going to fight. It's over. You're done. Oh, and how do you intend to stop me? Before you start, I'm sorry, my son. More sorry than you will ever be. What's happening? What's happening to me? What did you do to him? Me? Nothing. Not yet. What I've resolved to do, that's his problem. Oh, but you didn't. No, but I will. No, Father. My father, no, please. I'll change. I'll do things differently. It's too late, Eli. No, don't say that, please. Change your mind. I can't. Yes, you can. Father, Dad, no, please. I'll be good. I'll do anything you want. Just don't let me. All right. I didn't think you'd have the stones for that. So I remain within my prison. Eli's plans are undone. And as you can see, Marlo's gone as well. Her horrible fate, a thing of the past, or the non-past, as it were. The galaxy is safe. For now, you must be rather pleased with yourself. You thwarted the evil mastermind, and all it caused was any possible chance at happiness and peace for yourself. Wait, perhaps this wasn't such a bad day for me after all. Shut up. But don't worry your head about me. I'll just have to be satisfied with my consolation prize. Marv, what the blazes just happened? I fixed things. How? By changing something in the past. When did you do that? I haven't yet, but I will. More time traveling? But I thought you said once we passed the point in time, we couldn't go back into it and redo it. So I understand. What? And you know what, Rick? Maybe once in a while there's something in life you don't get to understand, okay? I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. Marv, Rick, don't, all right? Just don't. All I want to do right now is go home. Get behind me, Marlo. What's happening, Phyla? I'm not sure. There's all sorts of temporal flux. Is it the Magus? Let me get my hands on him. We'll see who's fluxed. Captain Marvel. He's back. Thank you, Marlo. That almost slipped past me. All right, Genis. Explain what... Genis, what's wrong? Marlo, a few years from now, you're going to become quite ill. I'm going to have you brought here once a month and scan you with the medical resources we have here. Whatever the illness is, we'll catch it early and cure you. So we're done. No, we're not. I can tell. Jen, come on. What else? What? Not now. Genis, you're in pain. What's happened? What? I said not now! Ka-ting! All right, Marlo! Oh, Rick, I thought I'd never... I love the song. Really? Absolutely. Enjoy your happy ending, Rick. You've earned it. But Marv, I don't want to set you off, but I still understand. Years from now, you will. And that understanding will be my legacy. You'll stop behind me for the ages. The rest of I do, for good or ill, won't matter a bit. Years ago, I had that conversation with Rick. Years ago. And I wondered how I would know when this night would come. I do. Just know. Tonight is the night. This night here on Titan. It's not the beginning of the end, but rather the end of the beginning. I couldn't go back and change what had already happened. The events I myself had not yet lived, those I could affect. In those, I could take action. Change the future. I simply had to resolve that I would do it. As Eli vanished, the galaxy was saved. I know I did. I, who thought I was a god, no longer have the free will that the lowest of creatures possess. Hello, son. You know, and just so you know, Rick was the one who gave me the idea. When he talked about the moral implications of murdering the infant Hitler in his crib, knowing what the baby would become, you will do great evil. You will ally with the Magus, threaten the galaxy, and the reason I did not fight you in the far future is because I knew I could not defeat you. You were too powerful. I had to save the galaxy. And damn myself once and for all in doing so. I'm crying right now, but I used up all my tears over time preparing for this. I'm so sorry, my son. Know that you will be remembered fondly. Always. But that's not the end! But that's the end of the arc!
Well, being that was an end of an arc, I mean, that definitely felt
Gut
like a
punch!
complete ending, and yeah, very emotional. Again, this
Now again, this would have just been the end of the arc. We would have moved on to a next one, but the next issue decides to just wrap it all up.
uh-huh.
See what I meant here? This was just like the arc. It's not like this had any metaphors or anything about the book ending. It was just an arc.
Wow. Yeah, it's very like this book goes from 0 to 100, back down to 0 with the emotional gut punch for sure. Lots of humor, sure, but in action.
What is it with the Magus?
Hmm.
What is it with the Magus? Just how evil that was. Like, oh, well,
Yes,
I still got a victory here.
That's the thing. It's like when dealing with
a being of that power,
the seriousness of, you know, the villain or the the breakdown arc, you know, the mental breakdown arc, it really like, okay, this is serious.
What is the fact that he had to do this? There was no other option.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to have stories or this story.
It ends up not mattering for nothing in the long run because the title got canceled. But still,
right. But still
moment.
to have these that they don't hold back from like serious plots or taking risk, you know, with these
This
characters.
is a big risk. Kill his son in the future.
Yes. Now either you're going to understand or you're going to hate the character.
Where do you stand?
I'm in the middle because I guess because of the emotion, but at the same time,
it's in the future, you know, we'll never actually get there.
Right. And then at the same time, it's kind of like, why?
But you get why.
You do, but it's still, you still have that question of why. Regardless, you still gonna have that. And
It
and then
makes
the
the fact that
emotional
this
gut,
book had to end and we never saw this resolve hurt more.
yes. And then the emotional gut punch of just the monologue itself. It's kind of like, are you serious?
Yep. But like I said, but again, he at least completed this arc on its own as if this was still part of the run.
Mm-hmm.
But now we get to the last issue. Chris Cross came back for one more cover, and Keith Giffen does the artwork, and this gets very Duck Amuck. You know about that? So this is it. This is the issue that wraps it up.
Okay.
Genis? Like, we need to converse with your medically bonded associate, Rick Jones. Did you just see what? There was a fellow. I remember him. I could have sworn. Genis, I have no patience for your. What is that? It's a telephone, Moon Dragon. I know that. Then why ask? What is it doing here? Not ringing mostly. Why is it here at all? So that if someone needs me, they can call. Marlo and I need to speak to Rick Jones. I'll give it a try. Not on the phone, you simpleton. Slam your negative together and exchange places with him right now. Shwazam! All right, that was my fault. I should have stepped back a few feet. Marlo! I am otherwise unharmed, Rick. Yes, your concern is appreciated. I have come here with Marlo because I believe the circumstances of our recent relationship requires explanation. Rick! I believe that over the past month, the Magus has been endeavoring to insinuate himself into my mind, to provoke me into displays of emotion and passion that would otherwise be anathema. In this way, he hoped to weaken my resistance to his eventual manipulation of me. Because of my own telepathic powers, Marlo experienced a sort of spillover, which caused us to be drawn to one another, to act in ways we would not ordinarily act. So Marlo leaving me for you was psychic tampering by an evil sorcerer, yes. Well, thank God. I mean, I thought she's been seized by an impulse to exchange and engage in sexual experimentation. But instead, it was the psychic tampering by an evil sorcerer, which is much more believable. I wanted both of you to know that, so that the involvement that Marlo had with me could not possibly impede your future happiness. That's great of you, Moon Dragon. I want to thank you for. No need. If there's any way I could, there isn't. My, the yarns we spin to ease the spirit of others. So, Captain Marvel's sister, what are you doing here, Phyla? Listening to you feed a line of nonsense to Rick and Marlo? Or are you actually going to stick by that ridiculous tale? I don't see it as any of your business, ridiculous or not. Nor do I care if you take me for a fool. Actually, I think it was very sweet and very noble and very attractive. And this, Dan Abby and Andy Lanning would play off of this and have these two be in a relationship. Indeed. You know, Heather, yes, the spiral nebula down by Renula 7 is particularly stunning this time of year, but it's far more pleasurable to have someone to share it with. Phyla, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friend. What? Where'd this come from? I have no idea. Perhaps we should consult with Genis on anything he can handle. We can handle. Oh, come on. Phyla and Moondragon squared away. Check. Rick. Al? Al? We finally get the whole Moondragon thing settled now, and you're shouting out the names of other guys while we're. Al. You remember Al? Sure. The guy who ran your comic book store. Why are you shouting his name? Because he's right behind you. Hey, guys. Look, I hate to hurry you along, but did you finish up? I'm on the clock here. Furniture seems to be in pretty good condition. And again, there wasn't much chance to use it. What are you doing here? Taking inventory, making sure everything gets back to Central Store in roughly the condition it went out in. What are you talking about? Inventory? Central Storage? What? Oh, no. Figured it out, huh? Are you kidding me? No. Are you kidding me? Right not. Oh, man. Again? I gotta go through this again? Rick, I don't understand. Crap! Ow! How did you get here, Al? And what's Rick talking about here? Okay, I guess there's no harm in telling you. There's a couple of things you should know. First of all, my name was never really Al. It wasn't? No. It's Eulogy. I'm part of an extended cosmic family. Rick's met some like eternity, entropy, and epiphany. There's also empathy, anonymity, expediency. We're all sometimes referred to as the seven friendless. Why? We have no friends. Oh, as for what Rick's talking about, I'm talking about it being over, Marv. It's done. Finished. No more adventures. Finito. Rick, you're not making sense. Actually, he is. See, Captain Marvel has cosmic awareness, but Rick has something even more rare. Comics awareness. He learned to see the big picture, to see what happens beyond the borders. Okay, strike the opposite! You see, Marlo, everything ends. Sometimes it gets restarted, sometimes no. And when one door closes, another opens. It's a cliche, I know, but that's my job, to spout the cliches. I come in, oversee the wrap, and say nice things about all concerned. I ease the transition towards entropy, which will very likely consume the entire industry, but that's a whole nother discussion. What's happening? Don't worry, it'll be over soon. Thank you. Strike the solar system backdrop as well. Perfect. Now let's get the props and costumes packed up. But nothing was resolved. True. Life is like that. It's not a life, it's a half-life. Marv and I are stuck together. I want to be with Marlo. I want my freaking happy ending. Well, it's a real shame. There were some major plans along those lines. You were going to be separated. Let's see. You and Marlo were going to be wealthy thanks to your song. Captain Marlo was going to marry Songbird. Oh, and then Philo was going to kill. I don't care. Not any of this. Find a way. A shortcut. I suppose. Don't suppose. Just do it. Expediency. Yeah. Yes. Can you help with that? Sure. Why not? Penalty. Captain Marvel suddenly appears in a burst of light looking confused. I don't understand. I was flying to the microverse, minding my own business, and suddenly this inner space rift was surrounding me. Rick? Marv! Holy! You won't be needing these anymore. What? You sure? Okay, whatever. Take them. Who are you? Eulogy. And I wish to congratulate you on a great run. Longer than many people thought you do. Oh, run? Yes, run of adventures. But now they're over. What are you talking about? I don't decide they're over. You decide? Oh, no. No, your wants and desires mean nothing, I'm afraid. The only thing left for you is to walk through. There. I'm not going anywhere. Rick, we can take him. We can. Rick? Marlo? Sorry, Marv. Not this time. I just wish I didn't have this death switch power still hanging over my... Oh, wait, did I just get rid of it? Yeah, good going. Enjoy your happy ever after. I hope it lasts. Yeah, like that'll happen. Excuse me, Chief. Ain't gonna have to collect that costume. Much obliged. This is insane. Yeah, well then, you should feel right at home. Don't feel badly, Captain. You did your best, which is more than anyone can do. Now, if you'll step through in the exit... No! Did you say no? I still have things to do. And there's so many people in my life that's important to me. So many details left unanswered. Ask me. I'll answer them. Well, what about she dies? Oh, what about she dies too? And he dies, comes back, dies for good. That's how all stories really finish, Captain. The only happy ending occurs is if the story ends early, which is what's happening here. So be happy. Be happy. Okay, how when I know there are going to be people calling for me for help? Granted, no one has yet, but it's only because they became afraid of me because I was dangerously insane. But I can wait. Wait for them to. They didn't become afraid, Captain. They became bored. Bored because they didn't know what to make of you. Your unpredictability became your liability. Furthermore, they didn't really care about you that much in the first place. That combined with boredom was fatal. No, they'll be back. No, they really won't. They need me. They don't. As crippling to the ego as that may be, they don't need you. They have plenty of others to satisfy them. You were extraneous, marginal at best. You're wrong. Someone out there needs me for something only I can solve, and I'm waiting right here for his or her call. Suit yourself. Oh, tick, tock. Oh, forget it. Sorry, Dad. I tried. Ring, ring. And that was it.
Oh, wow.
What? See what I said? This could either be... So, okay, be honest. How does this compare to the Supergirl finale?
Okay, so Supergirl gave a little bit more, I would say, emotion and not so abrupt.
But there was also mean-spiritedness to it.
Exactly. This is this feels abrupt. Like you're supposed to read a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's supposed to give a
It just
little
got cut
bit more.
off.
Yes, it it was very fast paced and it just done.
But it didn't feel that mean spirited at all, did it?
Oh no 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 no
This
no.
this part here kind of did.
That did, but
Let's be honest
it's
though, there's some truth to it.
yeah, but this is nothing compared to the mean spiritedness of
The
Supergirl.
Supergirl one, which is basically like, oh, yep, I can't be Supergirl anymore.
Yeah, that definitely.
Now, this was more of a meta-ness to it, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, this is not how Rick and Marv truly got separated. Some story did happen, they just rushed it.
Right.
But not long after this, he would appear in Thunderbolts and then get killed off. I'm not kidding, that's what happened.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. But Fabian Nicieza, originally, who wrote that story, did actually write a way to bring him back. No one used it, and they brought him back many years, a couple decades later, in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, but first, so what do you think about this whole run?
It was good. Of course, it's not going to be perfect. No run is. It has its, of course, it has its ups and downs, but you do, like the characters. You do want to, keep following them. The supporting cast was good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like it did have that balance, like Supergirl, with you caring for the supporting cast, with
Mm-hmm.
you know, you have these moments where you question the main character, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and then with the just the entirety it's a lot of balancing the different fields or genre that you're supposed to get. You have comedy, you have dramedy,
Yep.
you have the when it's serious it does get serious,
Yep.
and
Let me be honest. The first half was better, right?
the first half was definitely better because it really gave you that unseriousness, and it reminded you of like Venom,
Yep.
with Eddie and stuff, and that
Oh
back and
yeah, of
forth.
course.
And then here, once you start to get the merge and them trying to truly become one, and
Mm-hmm.
just all of the
And Marv taking over too much over Rick.
yeah, it really kind it went left a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't take you too much out the story, but it did go left.
I would say
Um,
I would say this last arc was the best arc of this portion.
yes,
Would you
definitely.
agree with that? Even with this
Yes,
strong ending, this was because this felt like the old days.
exactly, exactly.
And this is why I also believe that he was talking to Rick, not Epiphany. Because there's too much in this story that doesn't hold true if Epiphany was manipulating him. Would you agree with that? Right?
Sorry. Yes.
Would you agree with
Um,
that? Like, someone just seems to say this Epiphany, he was talking to Rick, not her.
oh, definitely. Yeah. I
It
think
wouldn't
that
work. It wouldn't work.
no. I think that well, this story is supposed to be with Rick,
Yeah, but
So
we don't know if Epiphany is still there whispering to him, and we just don't see it.
well, that could be, the hmm, I
Yeah,
guess if
it was probably something that he would have resolved later, obviously, but we never got to that.
right, right.
Just like the whole Moondragon and Megas thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does feel, like I say, it's for a cut now, but would you say this? Would you say this was the better ending compared to Supergirl?
Oh, definitely. It, even if it was abrupt, and at least it was mellow enough to where it's like, oh, well, it ended. Okay. But
And then again, they went Duck Amuck.
yeah, I mean, this one, it felt like you could pick it up, a little
Mm-hmm.
bit if you wanted to. Supergirl felt like, no, this is the end. it is what it is.
Yep,
Accept it.
and it sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was definitely a accepted type thing, you know.
Exactly, exactly. And I gotta say, eulogy and everything were interesting.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's all seven friendless.
Right.
Which I gotta say, I wonder, do you think that's connected to the endless from Sandman?
I don't know much about Sandman.
But you know what? They have the endless. You have Dash, Dream, and all
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I would not be surprised if that's the
Hmm.
intentional.
That's interesting.
I'm not sure if it is. I'm just saying it would be funny if.
It would be still an interesting thing.
So with Peter David's writing, how does this compare with Supergirl? Again, we got to make the comparisons. We got to, since we
Right.
covered both.
Okay. So with this, I would say that it was actually on equal footing,
For the
from the beginning. At the beginning, it was. It felt like that was the voice that he was giving all of
Mhm,
his characters. Even if they are unique, it's still that sort of like when you read someone's books, that you
mhm,
follow, you can definitely tell the certain tropes that they use or the voice that they give the characters. You will know that author
mhm,
or writer. So yes, he definitely started off with the same level.
mhm.
It wasn't until the second half that it really started to feel a little bit different.
Yep.
Um,
And again,
and
not for the better.
yeah, and not so much for the better, but again, the ending gave this a little bit more. Um,
It
I
ended
I
on its
can
term.
yeah, I can handle this other than Supergirl.
Well, again, Supergirl just felt like so. Again, the fact that also abruptly cut off the story arc
Right.
and any other plans. At least here, again, well, like I said, this would have hurt more if it abruptly interrupted this arc. When just the other arc, when just say
Oh yes, yes.
that would have been just as bad. Now, how this if it ended like Supergirl, was that where all of this just cut this off at the knees? Then it would have been worse, right?
Right.
The fact that they let this one wrap up on its own and then had this be like an epilogue was
Mhm.
better.
Yes.
What do you think about Keith Giffen's artwork?
Oh, it was good. I
Very toony,
very I would say for the last one, I would have wanted Chris.
but
Um,
he was busy.
yeah, yeah.
And let's
So
be also honest, this kind of matches the more Duck Amuck tone.
right. So that's fine. But still the coloring, of this
Mm-hmm.
second half, I really loved it.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
love it. Again, it keeps it. Even with this weird look, it keeps it so consistent.
yes.
Even when you had the two, Aaron Lopresti and the other guy, Quinn, it still
Right.
kept some similarities to it. Even though
Yes.
Aaron was clearly more detailed, this one not so, less so, but still.
Yeah, I like when the books, even if they do change artists for, of course, an arc or a couple of issues, as
Mhm.
long as it's not a drastic difference,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so here's the big question. Let's start with characters. Let's start with Marlo. What did you think about Marlo throughout this whole series?
Okay, again, Marlo was the character, to be a love interest,
Mm-hmm.
and but she had her own independence, and you know, I just and what gets me though is when they're trying to really veer on the independence, the
Mm-hmm.
character ends up in the background until
That's true.
that is the only thing that's pretty much my only qualm with that sort of thing. But she
Right.
was supportive. She was kind of like the comedic relief at some points, or the one that um was the voice of reason. She was the
Mm-hmm.
one that, you know, I don't really like the keep it grounded in a
Right.
way because of, the whole thing. But it's just that keep you level headed, I would say. I would say
Exactly.
that better. So yeah, I really did like her character. I just didn't like that she was
Push it
absent.
aside so much.
Yeah, only because again,
It's
it
not her
was
book.
right. That's true, but when writers they just don't know how to balance out. Just because you give a female character independence doesn't mean you have to just completely sideline her. Like
That's
at
true.
least give
Now
me
get this.
some type
I get
of
why they kept her sidelined for these 18 issues because he wasn't even back on Earth or anything.
right, right. That's true.
Now,
Um,
yeah. Now I gotta say this. Phyla. Since this was her introduction and everything, what do you think about her as a character with what little we got?
okay, so I mean, she was kind of useful for the plot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But she
that's
has an ego. She has an ego.
yeah. So I mean, I don't really care for her too much,
Right. But that's because
you
we didn't
know.
get a chance to build her up.
Right. That's the thing with me is that it okay, so even if you are gonna get just a little bit of the character, then
Mm-hmm.
it has to grab me at that moment, at that first moment. If not, then yeah, I really don't care for
Here's the
her
thing.
or
Yep.
him. So
Yeah. I
if
get
you're
you. Because here's the thing, though. You know what that Marvel Cosmic Invasion? She's in it. So this is where she started.
okay,
I just want to bring that part up, but I know I get what you mean. It was more Dan, and again, Peter set the groundwork. It was Dan App and Andy Lanning took the ball and ran with it.
hmm
And what about Moondragon? What do you think about her? That's I'm so serious and above it all, and yet she keeps having this goofy stuff happen, or it end up butting her in the butt with the Magus.
right. Well, that's just it. It's you. She was a little bit of an annoyance in a way,
That
but
was her character, though. Let's be honest. She was always this. I know better than all of you.
right, and but a know-it-all always gets humbled. That's all.
Yep, but in the worst way possible here.
True, true. Which okay, but it is what it is.
I can also see why they didn't need that. I want to bet that um that he would that Peter would have brought back just like her name now. What's her name? Um the ghost.
Oh man.
Lorraine.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I think he would have brought her back, but it's a shame we didn't see her anywhere in this.
That's right.
It is a shame, but again, she wasn't needed. Even during
hmm
this story, she really wasn't needed.
Right.
But again, he probably would have done more, but yeah. But now, Rick. Did this give you a good appreciation for Rick? Because he's been around since the beginning of Hulk.
Yes. Um, I did like his character. I did like, that we saw just the different emotional upheaval, just that
Mm-hmm.
sort of personality. And he actually had personality. I
Yep.
like when you can really explore the different facets and the different, mentalities or, emotions with characters. I think a lot of writers now just they have a fear of putting these characters in situations or
Mm-hmm.
emotional, you know, upheavals
Oh, yeah.
because honestly, it's not so much as the fans wouldn't like it. It's just the fact that they don't know how to explore it. It's like you are just supposed to write these characters as
Mm-hmm.
if not so much as a self-insertion, but just write them as you would just a regular person. When
Yep.
I'm doing fanfics, that's all I do is just write the character how any normal person would function.
Right.
And you're just adding the powers and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, the emotions are just as you feel.
Mm-hmm.
The situations are just as any other ordinary
And everything,
situation.
all of his other actions coming always building up in him. This is why I like Beth. This is a Rick who's finally going. I won't say he's going through a midlife crisis, but it's like all of his past actions, everything he's ever done that he's probably taken for granted based on how other writers have handled him. Peter decided to have it be, no, let's have it all just pile up on him finally.
Right, and it's something that it's how the character is written, because of course, they're not dealing with it themselves, being fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just how do you write it? How do you execute it? And it's can you execute this without losing your way? So honestly, it's just the writer. Can they
Mm-hmm.
stay the course, basically?
Yep. And now with Genis, what about him and his journey from wannabe superhero to tyrant to actually being a more metal hero up right towards the end?
So that was definitely a midlife crisis right there, if you want to say, because you go from, hero to villain to anti-hero or whatever. It's like you're just really in your feelings at that moment, for sure.
Yep. And I gotta say, I actually think this was his best version, was him throughout this story. This last story
Mhm.
was finally a perfectly balanced Marv, who has finally found, maturity, but still being lighthearted enough with himself.
Right,
This
right.
is, I think, the Marv we were wanting this whole volume, and we never got. Because we had to go
That's
through that
true.
stupid insanity arc. And again, you get what I'm been saying? The Coven arc was the bridge too far.
Yes, yes, it was.
That's the one arc you didn't need. You could have cut that, and we would have had him at issue 12. I don't know, 14 as opposed to 18.
Right. I understand why you would want an insanity arc or thing like that
Yeah.
because you are dealing with that mental and emotional
Mm-hmm.
upheaval. So you are going, I mean, you're combining with
Yeah.
another person. Your thoughts and your feelings are being all twisted. So you would fall off the deep end a little bit, but it just went too long and it kind of
And it
went
really made him
left.
more of an ass.
Yes,
Especially
yes.
again, Rick, go kill yourself. Okie dokie. Bye, Rick.
Yeah, that mm,
I mean, I get it. You needed that to show just how far he went, but at the same time, that's you're like, oh, come on.
right.
But again, so overall, how would you just, if you wanted to summarize this entire run, like give an elevator pitch to someone who wanted to get into this run, how would you describe it from beginning to end, both volumes?
Okay. So let's see. So volume one, I would say if you want if you want something of a dramedy,
Mm-hmm.
but very much I don't like the word, but again, this is the only thing I could think of. Very, I would say down to earth,
I
but
get
at
what you
the
mean. I
same
get what you
time,
mean.
you are exploring the grandeur door of the cosmic, spectacles.
Yep,
Then this is the book for you, because you
definitely.
are getting that, and also again building up to this this exploration of basically your mental capacity.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And then the second arc, I would say, um, let's see, because of the insanity, let me see. I would say if you want something that's a little bit more serious, that
Mm-hmm.
dives more into the mental capacity and how the consequences
Mm-hmm.
of taking on, such pressures and burdens of this and taking on, just whisk into heroism,
Mm-hmm.
and also you are dealing with the emptiness of fatherhood, and
Yep.
that whole thing. Um and just trying to in a way find yourself and balance yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Definitely.
I would say that is a story for someone, which I think that with those main points there, the story is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, again, with me, is always the execution and the limitations that
Mm-hmm.
obviously sometimes editorial sets, but the writer having the time to do so, or just because again, it's so many ideas that you have, but in order for those ideas to just fully come out, it does take a long time and you do drag out arcs. You know,
Definitely.
that is the one thing. So sometimes you can't compress these ideas, but at some point you do have to say, okay, well, maybe this idea isn't for this story unless I
Exactly.
unless I know I have time for it. Or I can do like an extended special or something. That's what annuals are for, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, I will say that the first half is very much a dramedy and more grounded and more down to earth. The second is more of
Experimental.
uh, definitely is more um you said experimental and definitely getting into your mind, you know.
Definitely. So yeah, that was now we got one more arc to go for one more mini series to cover next time.
Hmm.
But overall, this was fun. This was a great. I mean, look at all. There's all the issues we had to deal with.
And it was good. I would say I would rank
Would you
this
recommend this for anyone?
definitely. I would
Uh,
say I would say okay, so the first half I would give definitely a either 8.5 or a 9 out of 10.
Agreed.
The second half is a 7 maybe, only because of the dragging and the insanity thing. It kind
Mm-hmm.
of and a little bit of the quality went down because of the story and how long it had to drag. That's it.
Yep.
So it would go down to a 7.5. But the art itself
Oh yeah.
throughout, I would definitely give it a 9.
The art
Um,
carried it all.
yes, the art carried it. The overall, like both um
Oh, by the way, just to point out, this is all Alex Ross's designs for that outfit we saw.
love it.
But you were
Um,
saying
for
it. You were saying
for both combined, I would definitely give it an 8, a solid 8.
definitely. I would agree with that entirely. There's one reason why I wanted us to cover it, and I'm so glad we did.
Yes.
So, yep, that's Peter David, Captain Marvel, Genis-Vell, a character that I've had such an appreciation for,
Mhm.
and now you all know why. So, thank you for joining me in this anything tiny endeavor, Britt. Thank you, everyone else, for joining us, and we'll see us all on the next one. Take care, everyone.